Whitney Owens Park, and I am rather new to the socio-economic network, but I am given the honors today to introduce a woman who is extremely passionate about what she does, who is extremely intelligent, and about 3 years ago, she found herself in a situation where her mounting debt was creating a situation that was both stressful for her finances and also for her body. And she actually had already been introduced to this opportunity. And she suddenly realized, though, she connected the dots and realized that this solution would help both her health and her finances. So we're going to find more out about that in her story in just a minute. And I'm really excited to see and learn more from her, because in the small amount of time I got to get to know her the other day, she was a literal flood of information, and she's definitely a mentor and somebody who's really good at what she does, and we can all learn a lot from her. So without further ado, let's welcome Claudia Ballesteros. Is that right?
Yes, Ballesteros, that's correct. Thank you, Whitney, for that wonderful introduction. And I really enjoyed our conversation the other day. And yeah, and you know, that's what the beauty about this project and this social economic networkers team is, that we get to meet people from all over the place, and you know, we strike up a friendship right away, because that's what this team is about. Our goal is to help everybody and to keep growing and spreading the word of the way that we can have a better lifestyle. And so that's what we'll be sharing with you all tonight. So thanks for that introduction. And Erica, thank you for inviting me. I'm really honored to be here today. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Now, I do want to apologize beforehand, but it's Grandparents' Day today, so I have my granddaughters with me, and they want to be guest speakers tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how they behave. But here we go. Let me go ahead and share the presentation. Okay. So if everybody can see that okay? Can I have a thumbs up? Yeah. Can you guys see my slides okay? Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, like I was saying, welcome to tonight's Social Economic Networkers presentation on how you can live life differently. You know, when I first came to this team, it was 3 years ago. And at that time, what was happening in my life was that I didn't know that I needed an opportunity, to be honest with you. I knew that my health was failing. I had just completed my master's degree. I have 3 different degrees, and I just thought that I was getting ready to be on the top, right? Because I thought I had been trained all my life that the more education you have, the more opportunities you're going to have, and the more financial freedom you're going to get to enjoy. But that wasn't true. What was happening to me was my health was starting to fail. And I'm going to remove my glasses so that there's not a glare. My health was starting to fail, and the stress level at my work was increasing, because as we all know, you know, when you climb the corporate ladder, yeah, there's more pay, but there's also more stress, there's also more work, and so that was taking a toll. That was taking a toll on my health. And so when I joined because of health reasons, but what I found was so much more. And I'm so thankful for Social Economic Networkers, because they've supported me, they've helped me grow, and they've helped me see life in a different way. And so first of all, what Social Economic Networkers is they're committed to change and transformation. So when you join the team, you are going to be growing personally. Our personal development is one of the first things that most people, you know, a lot of us go in either for health or for money, because we don't really realize that some of our own personal habits are what's holding us back. And when we start learning new habits, and we start growing from the inside, then we realize that we were our own worst enemy. And so that is another reason why I'm very thankful for Social Economic Networkers, because of the personal growth that I've had, the friendships that I've developed, you know, all of the new skills, and more than anything, because I found my purpose. I found my purpose and my calling in life, that even though, you know, I'm in my 40s, almost in my 50s, and with 3 degrees, I didn't realize that I had not found that purpose and that calling. And so personal growth is one of the first things that you're going to see that is going to happen when you join our team. Another thing is social contribution, because nobody can grow unless they're helping other people grow, and that's the truth in anything that you're going to do. And so a lot of the times we get sold on this idea that you do what's best for yourself, but in reality it doesn't work that way. The law of energy, the law of the universe is that the more you give out, the more you're going to get back. And that is one of the things that I love about this team, social contribution. And when you do that, when you have your personal growth and when you have your social contribution, financial independence just happens on its own. They do teach us a lot about how to make money. They teach us a lot about growing it. But in reality, it just kind of happens automatically when you work on yourself and when you contribute socially around you. So financial independence is the result of just going through growing yourself and helping other people grow. And so what is this about really? It's about change. And we all know that there's change all around us. We like to change. When we don't realize that we're changing for the better, we actually like it, because, for example, we all like to change cars. We like to change furniture. We like to change our hairstyle. We like to change a lot of things, but for some reason, some changes scare us, but they're happening automatically all around us, right? Back in the day, the agriculture era, that was the way that people would make money. The people that had the lands are the people that had the money. And it was everybody knew that, right? And so the whole family worked the farms, the whole family worked the lands. But then that started changing, and that started changing, mostly because they started developing these big tractors, all of these heavy machinery that made working the land much easier and that didn't require so many laborers. And so when that happened, we also had the industrial era, where now, because of the machineries that were being developed, we now needed a new type of labor force. We no longer needed so much on the lands. We needed the people that were the engineers, that were the architects, that were, working with their hands. And so that was because of the Industrial Revolution. That was another change that came about, that people had to adapt, and that they did. They started flooding to the cities. They started getting their degrees and things like that. But that was because of the Industrial Revolution. And so after that, we had the third revolution, which is the Internet Revolution. And so the Internet Revolution came about, and what happened there, we were all connected. We were connected, and so the people that didn't adjust to that change, they found themselves maybe without a job, because there was maquiladoras that were able to hire people from other places. They were connected now, and so there was a shift of how people were making money and where they needed those people. But the people also that saw the opportunity in this, what happened? They started opening up online stores. They started growing themselves through this. So every change, if you resist it, can be scary. But if you embrace it, you can grow from it. You can actually succeed from it. And so that is, we're not trying to scare you with these changes. We're just trying to let you see that we're always changing anyways, and the change is inevitable. And so the next one that's coming up is the fourth one, which is artificial intelligence. And we're seeing it already. And this one is going to misplace more of the labor, more of the workforce, because we're seeing that robots are taking over. Even something as simple as our phone. This is artificial intelligence right here. When we have a smartphone, a lot of the times you haven't even finished typing the word and it already knows what you want to say, right? That's artificial intelligence. What's happening is a lot of places, they would rather buy a robot than hire people, because there's a robot that can maybe produce more without taking time off, without calling in sick, without needing vacation, and most of all, without complaining. And so that's why we're seeing this happen. And it's not just for people that are working with their hands. We're seeing this in the professional industry as well. Lawyers, doctors, all sorts of professionals are also going to be getting replaced because of artificial intelligence. So they also will need to adjust in the way that they are making money, the way that they've been working, because that change is coming. It's already here, and it's just a matter of time before we're just used to it. For example, I work in the medical field, and there is such a thing now as telemedicine. And so what happens is, just the way we are today, where you all are in different cities, and we're just connecting through the internet, pretend that you're a patient and I'm a doctor. And so I'm looking at you through here, and then I'm asking you the questions, and then I diagnose you, and then I send you a prescription. That's what's happening. That's telemedicine. And so no longer does the doctor need to be there face-to-face with the patient. Through technology, through this artificial intelligence, they're able to connect and be in a whole different city, which means what? It means maybe less doctors will be needed. They'll be able to, on the good side, they'll be able to see more patients. But on the flip side, if you're a doctor in a small town, they might not need you, because these patients can connect to a big city doctor, and they might think that that's better. So everybody's being affected, and it's just a matter of how we embrace it and how we adapt to that. And so most of the time, we know we're changing, right? But like I was telling you earlier, I like to change my hair. I like to change, my clothes. That's not a big deal. But we don't always realize that we also have to change the way that we make money. And that's what we want to present to you today, and how you can change or also add a different way of how you can make money so that you can succeed financially. Because the truth is that almost no one can say that their family finances are secure. When they asked me this question, they said, "Are your family finances secure?" Well, I wanted to laugh, because I was a single mother, and I had one job, and I thought, if I lose that job, I don't know how long I'll be able to keep my house. I don't know how long my kids will have food on the table. And so I knew that my family finances were not secure, because they were solely relying on me, and they were solely relying on one boss. And if he was in a bad mood, then there it went, right? And so no, my family finances weren't secure, even though I had an administrative position and I had gone to school and followed all the rules. And unfortunately, a lot of people are in that boat. And did I know how to succeed financially in 5 to 10 years? When they asked me this question, they actually asked me in reverse. They said, how were you 5 years ago? How were you 10 years ago? Are you really in a better position now than you were then? Are you in a different situation now than you were 5 or 10 years ago? Because I think that we like to fool ourselves, and we like to think that next year, 5 years, 10 years from now, we're going to be better. We're going to find that magic formula that's going to solve all our problems. But when we're honest with ourselves, and when we look back 5 years, 10 years ago, we had that same thought, and we still haven't found it, right? Well, today you're going to find it. But the truth is that we're not. If we keep doing the things that we've been doing in the past, we're going to be in the same situation today that we were in the past. And so very few people know how to succeed financially. Otherwise, they would have already done it. And then we go back to the 80% of the manual labor will be substituted by robotics. That's already happening, and it's going to happen. It's predicted to happen by the year 2020. That you'll see at least 50% of that will be replaced, and we're seeing it already. We see the kiosks when we go to McDonald's. We see the kiosks when we go to the airport. There's hardly when you go check in, when you go to the airport, most of the time you have to go to the kiosk, and there's maybe 1-2 people taking in your luggage. What do you think happened to all the other workers? You have all of these stands, but they're gone. They're empty because the kiosks replace them. And so that is happening, and not just to the airports and the McDonald's. It's happening to a lot of places. If you look at that, most of us use the teller, the ATM, right? We hardly go to the bank. Have you noticed the banks, they're shrinking in size? Why? Because not a lot of people are going inside anymore. Most of them are banking online or banking at the ATM. They don't need to go and talk to a person face to face. And so that's happening. And so are you prepared to face the future? And that's what we want to share with you today, how you can face the future, how you can succeed financially by joining our social economic networkers team. And how would you do that? What we do is we are a distribution network. That's what we teach people how to develop. So back in the day, back in the last century, and still a lot today, the distribution model looked like this, looked like what you see here on the left-hand side. When we buy something, we're all consumers. We all buy something, there's, unless you're a baby, unless you're a child, you're not buying anything, but somebody's buying something for you at that stage. But most of the time what happens is that the factory makes the product, and then they would sell it to the wholesaler, and then the warehouse, and then the store, and then the promotions. Everybody takes a cut. When you buy it, you the consumer, you pay 100%, but everybody else splits a profit, right? Well, now, because we're so connected now, because of the internet, because of the globalization, you know, because people feel comfortable shopping online. I mean, how many of you have shopped online, right? Most of us, I think, have shopped online. And so people are comfortable with that now. So they know, the factories know, they share with us, then we can connect people to them directly to buy the product. Not that they're going to be buying it from us, they're going to be buying it directly from the factory. And the factory, instead of splitting the profit with the wholesaler, the store, the warehouse, promotions, they're going to split that profit with you. And so you can reap up to 64% of that profit by connecting people directly to the factory. So that makes you a smart shopper. You know, who wouldn't want to be a smarter shopper, right? And if the company that you're buying from, something you like to buy, they want to pay you for recommending their product, then that's what this is about. And really, we already do this. We already recommend all the time. We like to, when we like something, we like to share it. We sometimes we don't even have to tell anybody. A lot of times they'll ask us, they're like, hey, what are you doing? You know, you look good, or where did you buy that blouse? Or, you know, something that people like and they see us. Or, hey, where can I go to a restaurant? You know, they ask you for recommendations. And so the companies know that when you recommend something, it carries more weight. And so they have a better odds of getting more sales. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing. You're promoting their company, their product, so that they can sell more. And that's how they compensate us, by, you know, splitting that profit with us. And so that is the distribution model of the 21st century. It's not going back. That's why so many stores are closing. Target is closing some stores, not because they're selling less, but because their online sales are up. The same thing with a lot of the other big chain stores, you know, and the ones that are not adjusting to that, like Toys R Us. Toys R Us, the main reason why the experts are saying that they closed, that they went bankrupt, is because they would not promote their online sales. They hadn't gotten down that straight. And so that's why they wanted to continue to have this big store where people needed to go there, and people were shopping online for toys. And so Toys R Us did not adapt to that, and that's why they ended up bankrupt. And so the companies that know this, they want to split the profit with us. They want to pay us to recommend them and to connect the people to buy from them directly online. Okay, so what are the other benefits that we get from this, other than the convenience of going directly and buying the products without leaving the comfort of our home, other than getting paid for recommending something? What this does, when you join this industry, this network marketing industry, it takes you from a linear income to a residual income. And I'll be honest with you, when I started, I didn't know that I made linear income. Most people don't know that they make linear income, but most people make linear income. 95% of the world's population makes linear income. Only 5% make residual income. So what is linear income? Linear income is when you trade time for money. If you have a job and they pay you by the hour, they pay you by the day, they pay you by the week or the month, then that's linear income. They're exchanging your time for your money. Even if you're a professional, if you're a doctor, you get paid by patient, you get paid by procedure that you might do. You're trading your time for money there as well. If you're an attorney, you get paid for the clients that you have. So most people make a linear income. If you have a regular business, you will only make money when the business is open. Again, that's a linear income. And traditionally, in this type of income, you have to work 30 to 40 years. And now it's more like 40 to 50 years because people are not able to retire. You have a fixed schedule. Someone tells you what time to go in and what time you can leave. And because of this, your income is limited because you cannot possibly work 24 hours, 7 days a week. And even if you could, that's it. That's your max. You can't do more than that. And so your income is dependent on what your boss tells you your time is worth. It's dependent on, you know, what your clients tell you that it's worth it. And so you have limited income, and not only that, you've lost control of your life. You can't make your own schedule typically, and then also somebody else is putting the dollars worth on your head. And so based on that, you have to decide where you live, what you drive, when you get to spend time with your kids. So the benefit again is to go to residual income. There's a handful of ways to make residual income. So if tonight this opportunity is not the right way for you, I would still encourage you to somehow find a way to make residual income. Because let me tell you, residual income is the way that people make money that are financially independent. I told you that 5% of the world's population make residual income. But guess how much of the money is in that piece of the pie? 95%. It's the reverse. 95% of the money is in residual income. So the people that are making residual income, which is only 5%, they're sharing a bigger pie than the other people that are in the linear income. And so if for any other reason than that, you want to make residual income. Who makes residual income? Artists make residual income. When they record a song, every time the song sells, they will be making money, right? A little bit, but they make money. Anytime they even play it on the radio, they play it at their nightclub, they will make money. So a little bit of money from the one time they record it ends up being a lot. Another industry that makes residual income are the people that write books. The authors, they write the book one time. Every time that book sells, they make money. If they make a movie out of the book, they're also going to make money. And they wrote the book one time. That's residual income. Another industry that makes it are the people that are in real estate. When they are in real estate investment, when they rent it out, or but not when you buy a house. It's a good investment, but that's not residual income because you're buying in it, you're living in it, and so basically you're paying to live in it, right? But if you were to buy a house and you didn't owe any money to the bank anymore, and you rented it out, that would be residual income because that house is making you money each and every month. And so that's another way to make residual income. But writing a book, recording a song requires talent, and a lot of us don't have that talent. I love to read, but I've not been able to. One of my goals is to write a book, but I haven't been able to do that yet. But for sure, I know I would not be able to record a song, right? And in order to invest in real estate, I would need a lot of money. I would need a lot of spare money so that I could do that investment, and I can't. And so that's why network marketing is ideal, because it allows you to make residual income, to start your own business with a very small investment and with a team that will show you exactly what you need to do. So that is exactly what we're about to share with you today. So who's the platform that supports us? Who is that company that is willing to pay us every time we recommend them, that is willing to pay us when we connect someone to them? That company is For Life Research. It was founded by David and Bianca Lisenby. And what happened with them is that they discovered that there had been a discovery with a molecule. I'm sorry, just excuse me 1 minute here. Baby, go with your Nino. So they discovered that there was a molecule that had been discovered at the same time that the antibiotics had been discovered, and that people hadn't really heard about them. And what this molecule does is it boosts your immune system. It has the ability to transfer the immunity from one mammal to another mammal. And it's all natural. We actually give it to our children. If we breastfeed them when they're born, it's in our colostrum. And that is why it's so recommended to do, because you are transferring the information from your immune system to your baby's immune system when you breastfeed them. But now the good news is that, we can also continue to do that, transfer immunity from a healthy immune system to our immune system by taking the For Life products, by taking transfer factor. And so our company has been around for over 20 years. They are free of debt. Our CEO is Danny Lee, who just became our CEO last year, but he's been with the company for many, many years. He's young, he's dynamic, and so our company is very financially sound. 20 years to support them, over 40 patents worldwide, and $0 debt. And so that you can't say that about a lot of companies. And so when you're going to start a business, you want to pick a business that's financially sound, that is financially stable, and not only that, that has something to offer that everybody needs, and we all need to have a better immune system. And so we have over 90 products, you know, different products that are available to you. There are no limits. Basically, any healthcare or any wellness goal that you might have, there's going to be a product that's there that is available to you. Okay, you can grow and you can earn while you take care of yourself. Really, that's what this is about. Like I was telling you, you connect the company, you connect the people to the company, and they pick the products that they want. They don't need to buy them from you. You don't need to have this large inventory to have a business with us. Really, it's what you want to consume, what you and your family need to consume. Now, if you want to have an extra couple of products on the side so that if somebody needs it right away, you can help them right away, then great. You know, that would be the ideal. But there's no need to have all this large inventory. Really, all it requires for you to have your own business is just consume what you normally would want to buy for yourself to keep you and your family healthy. There's also products that we have that, you know, we're already buying. How many of us are already buying shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, you know, body wash, also skincare line. We have a great skincare line. All my life I suffered with acne, and ever since I've been using the products, my acne has greatly diminished. My scars are fading. I'm starting to get compliments on my skin, which is something I never in my life ever thought, because people are noticing that my skin has improved. And so my goal is to continue to improve my skin, and all that has been possible for me since I joined this company, since I started taking care of myself with these wonderful products that all have transfer factors in them. And so how do we make the money? This is really what we all wanted to talk about, right? How to make money quickly. Well, you know, when I showed you the other slide, I was telling you that in 2 to 5 years, you can reach financial independence by making residual income. But really, we don't want to wait 2 to 5 years. And the company is not going to make us wait 2 to 5 years to make money. Here, we can make an extra 25% from any surplus that we buy from 100 points each month. So what does this mean? It means that the company, if you want to make money, if you want to be a customer, there's no minimum. But if you want to make money, the minimum amount of points that you need to purchase a month is 100 points each month. Anytime you buy more than 100 points, you're going to get 25% back. So for example, one of our main products, and I'm looking around, I forgot to grab it. Let me grab it really quick. Okay, one of our main products is this one. It's our 4Life Transfer Factor Plus. And so this boosts your immune system 437%, okay? And so this is 50 points. This is 50 points, and so 2 of these, and you're set. You know, you've already reached your 100 LPs. So imagine if you buy 3. You buy 1 for you, 1 for your honey, and 1 to share with someone. You've already gone over, you're gonna make 25% back on those extra 50 points. So in this example, if you accumulate 1,000 points in a month, they deduct the 100, that's the requirement, and after that, the 900 points that are left over, you're going to make an extra $225 for that amount, just by, you know, this product. And why do we call them LPs? Why do we call them points? The reason for that is because this is an international company. It's global. So if I buy this here in the US, I'm going to pay dollars for it. If I buy it in Mexico, I'm going to pay pesos for it. And, you know, in other countries, the yen, or, you know, I don't know, all the other different denominations, but it's always going to be 50 points. So it's 50 points here and anywhere, Russia, China, and not in China. Well, in China, we'll be in China in January. In Mexico, everywhere it's 50 points. And so because it's an international company, that's why we always talk about points. But when you get paid in dollars, you get paid in pesos, you get paid in money. You don't get paid in points, okay? So that's a quick way to make an extra 25%. Also, the company just started some really neat bonuses, the Rapid Reward Bonus, the Builder Bonus program as well. Okay, the Builder Bonus program as well. And so there's other ways where you can make additional money just by connecting people to the company and then purchasing the products directly from them as well. You know, For Life gives away trips. We have the Great Escape trip. This is a picture of one of them where these people went on a cruise. And so everything was paid for them and a guest. Wherever they want to they take them. They get everything. Is from the moment they leave the house until the moment they come back. And these are great trips, you know, top luxury trips that they take you on to reward you for connecting all these people to them and growing your network and helping them grow. And so how do you make the residual income? Because that's really the key here. We all want to make residual income. So if you don't want to make residual income through network marketing, then find another way to make residual income, because that's what you want to have in your life. You want to make residual income. So, but with network marketing with our company, the way you can make it is, in this example, you're going to connect 6 people. 6 people that will buy directly from the company, not from you. You sign them up. And in this example, they're buying 250 points, which is an equivalent of 5 of these, okay? So 5 of these. And so you see, it's not a lot. Most of us know more than 5 people in our family, right? And so 5 of these, and you're at 250 points. So in this example, you're making $30 each month. So right here off the bat, $30 shows you that this is different from a regular business. If you had a regular business and you hired 6 people to help you grow your business, you're going to end up paying them, right? You're going to pay them. They're not going to pay you. And so here it's already different. You're making money every time they buy. And so this is already different here. But those 6 people, we would show them how to do the same thing, because they also are coming in here and they want to make residual income, right? So those 6 people also talk to 6 people, and we have 36. Those 36 also buying the same amount of product, 250 for this example. And here the company is going to reward you even more. They're going to reward you at 25% for the first 100 points. And then the surplus is rewarded a little bit differently. But here you're making $1,170 plus the 30. So you're making an extra $1,200 a month. And I don't know about you, but an extra $1,200 a month in your pocket right now, I think it would change your day, right? It's not going to change your life, but it will probably change everybody's day. I know for sure I'd be a lot happier if I had an extra $1,200 right now, right? The weekends would look different, you know, a lot of things would look different just to have an extra $1,200 in that 1 month. But you know, the sad thing here in America is that the $1,200 is actually more than the average Social Security check. So if for anything else but to have a retirement plan, to have a plan B, this is a great way to supplement that income, because a lot of us are depending that Social Security will be there when we get to that age. And unfortunately, there's always threats that it's not, but even if it's there, it's not going to be enough. And so here you can already supplement that income and maybe make twice as much. So, but it continues to grow. 36 also invites 6. Now we have 216. And at this rate, also buying the same 250 points, we're making $4,968 plus the $1,200 from above. So you're making over $6,000 a month. Now here's where you can really say that this amount starts changing lives, because maybe this amount isn't going to make you rich, but for sure a lot of people maybe will now have more time for their family. They'll be able to maybe quit a job, right? They'll be replacing this income with the other income. And so this gives you a different lifestyle. It frees up so much time. And really, it's amazing to me when I saw this amount that, you know, I have 3 degrees. I've been with my company for 12 years. And very few people can get to this amount unless they're doctors, unless they're attorneys, you know, unless, you know, they live in a very in a very expensive area, like maybe New York or LA, right? Most of the time, people are not making $6,000 a month in their jobs, even if they are professionals. And so this gives you that opportunity to reach that, you know, just by connecting people. But it continues to grow. 216 also invite their 6. And at this amount, at this level, you're making over $21,000 plus the $6,000. So over $27,000 a month. This is I'm talking about monthly. I'm not talking about yearly. I'm talking about monthly. And so if where you're at, if what you're doing right now does not give you the possibility to make this amount of money, you owe it to yourself to try this out and to see how far it can take you. because you get to do it in your spare time. You get to do it in 1 to 2 hours a week, a day, whatever time you have available to you. And if that little amount of time can help you grow your business into this amount, you know, that is just something we can't turn down, really. And so, but, you know, one of the challenges is that a lot of people tell me, they're like, well, I don't know how to do this. You know, I didn't go to school, or I didn't go to school for this. And that was my boat. You know, I went to school and I had 3 degrees, but I never studied anything like this. You know, I was all medical and technology, and I didn't know anything about this. But they told me, no, don't worry, there's a system. We show you, there's a team. And so that's exactly right. That's exactly what I found. There is an educational system. There's books, there's audios, there's videos every week that come out. There's mentors. And so there's a lot of activities. And so there's a lot of people, like in today's call that we have, you know, like Erica, that's trying to help people grow, that is making this available to you from the comfort of your home, from wherever you're at. You know, there's a team out there that's supporting you, that wants to teach you, that wants to guide you. And so you're not alone. If you want to do this, you're not going to be alone. There's plenty of knowledge at your disposal, and there's a lot of people that want to support you so that you can reach your dreams as well. And really, these are the options to start your business. You can either be a consumer, and that means you buy the product, because I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. It boosts your immune system 437%. So the way you're going to feel after you have a good functioning immune system, you're going to tell the difference. So if you want to buy the products, that's great. You can buy them. There's no income that you're going to generate. But if you want to be a distributor, there's people that like to sell and that are good at selling. And so if you want to do that, you can also sell the products. You'll make an extra 25%. And so in that case, you're making a linear income anyways, because when you're not selling, you're not making money. And so that would still be linear income. But if you want to make the residual income, then we encourage you to join us as an entrepreneur and become a network marketing professional, where you will be able to generate the residual income that I showed you, that I shared with you in the previous slide. And that will be that you connect people, you show them what to do, the team will show you how to show them, and you grow your network. In that way, you grow your distribution model. And so talk to the person that invited you, let them know which one would be a best fit for you, and they will know what to do to get you started, so that you can continue on your journey with our company. And so pretty much that's it. That's the end of my presentation. You know, all I can tell you is that the decisions that we make on a daily basis are fed, and let me sleep on it. But every day that you don't decide yes is the day you're deciding no. And when you look at your past, how many no's have you decided because you kept waiting for something? If you've been praying for an opportunity, if you've been wishing that your life was different, then there's a reason why someone invited you to this presentation today. Because when we have time and money and health, there's no limits to what we can do. And so that's what we're inviting you to. We're inviting you to improve your health with our great products. We're inviting you to eventually have more time for yourself and for your family, and to have the money that you deserve, you know, because nobody deserves to live what they should live. You know, we all deserve to have a good life. God didn't create us to be suffering. He created us to be helping others and succeeding, and that's exactly what we can help you do when you join our social economic networkers. And for myself, I'd like to welcome you to this social economic change. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you, Erica, for inviting me, and Whitney, thanks again for that conversation we shared and for your introduction today. In regard to Whitney. Thank you all.
Well, I was really impressed with your presentation tonight. You added so many layers to what we already discussed the other day about the social change and the personal growth, and how important contributing to others is in this business. And I'm very excited to be able to be one of your coworkers all the way over here. And Erica or anybody else talk, maybe some of the other people who joined in tonight.
Thank you so much, Claudia. And also thank you so much, Whitney, for such a beautiful introduction to Claudia. Claudia, this is the second time I hear your presentation, and I feel inspired every time I hear what you have to say, because it's true. It's a new opportunity that people can have to have a different lifestyle. And I have a quick question. I know we have a few minutes left. I have a question about how the team has supported you in your growth, because we have a team in more than 120 countries. And in my case, it's beautiful to see that people that you don't even know in other parts of the world can support you. They won't benefit economically, but it's our principles in the team that tell us we are a team and we support each other, because the growth of one person is the growth of everybody, either as for social connection, financial for the team. It's something that we build and you don't find in many other places. So how has the team supported you in the
the team, it'd be hard to pick one way. There's really so many ways that the team has supported me. From the very beginning, they supported me by just teaching me and by taking me by the hand, and also giving me the freedom to make my own mistakes, because I was used to doing things a certain way, and although the system's already there and all we have to do is copy it. All we have to do is copy exactly what it says in the educational system in our guide to success. Sometimes we come in and we think that we need to reinvent the wheel, and that was one of my big mistakes that I did when I started. And so the team was very patient with me. They let me, do things my way, although, they knew that eventually I was going to come around and say, okay, you're right, let me just follow the system. And so that is one way that they've helped me, is by having the system there, by being patient with me when I was starting out. And then later on, now, they continue to support me all the time. The other day I had the privilege of being on the call with Gabriela Daughtry. She's married to Dave Daughtry. And then later on I was on another call with them, and Dave Daughtry was on. And it was just amazing to me, just the humbleness of these people, that they're all of our uplines pretty much. And they were just there, and they wanted to give me ideas, and they wanted to help. And it's just so encouraging when you meet people like them, and their values and their morals are just, they wear their heart on their sleeve. All they want to do is help. That's another way. And also with the context, Erica, I met you through a chat, a worldwide chat. And so that's great. From that chat, I've developed already some great friendships. I've met some new people. Edison is on that, and he's a Gold from California. And he's the one that actually encouraged me to start the Zooms. And so just all the encouragement, all the support from the team has been amazing. For Life is a great company. And For Life is the one that pays us. For Life is the one that makes the product. I think it would be a lot harder for many of us to accomplish the things that we've accomplished. So hold on to your team, embrace it, learn from them, because we can't do it alone. So.
Thank you. Do we have any questions, any words that you want to say for the other members of the presentation?
Would you mind to share a little bit about how the For Life products have affected your health?
Yes. I have an autoimmune disease, and it's called Hashimoto's. Basically, it's my body attacks my thyroid. And so when I started, I did a detox, and then after the detox, I took the Plus and the Glutamine Prime, and those two right away, within a couple of days or weeks, I felt the difference in the level of my energy. I've continued to take different products, because honestly, every time I learn about a new product, I want to try it, and I want to take all of them. And so I've kind of made my mind up to at least try a new product every so many months, and to try, like I rotate them. I'll take a glucoach 1 month, and I'll take a Bella V another month, and I'll take a KBU, a cardio, because they're also important for our health. And so I've just, there's really, my favorite is Rio Vida. That's my favorite because I feel like it's made me younger. It gives me energy. It keeps me healthy. And so that is my favorite. But from the other products, I do rotate them in, and I try to take them all the time, and I've never been healthier. I have more energy now than I did even 4 years ago. And so it's just been amazing, and it's something that we take for granted sometimes, or we're used to being tired. We get used to being tired. And when we start taking the products and the tiredness goes away, we're like, oh my God, I was tired. I didn't realize how tired I was till you're not tired. And so you fall in love with just not being tired. And so that's what about the product. There's so many I could go on and talk all night, but really that's the best benefit from it, is that you back.
Patty or Marta or Juliana or Rebecca, do you have any questions, any comments for Claudia?
No, it was awesome. I like it. Yeah. Inspired me a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I also see Lena's on here. Lena's from my team. So Lena, thank you for joining us today. And Lena also, she's a go-getter, and I know that she's going to go really far. And see, I think she's at work right now. So this business, it's so flexible, especially when we do the Zoom calls, that we can connect people from anywhere pretty much. And that's the great thing about this.
Yeah. Patty?
Claudia, thank you for sharing your history with, you have an amazing story. Thank you. Really, you have a great life.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's just, I am blessed, and even more blessed now that I found this company and that I found this team. And so I'm glad I got to meet you all, and I got to talk with you all and share my story. And yeah, what else can I say other than just keep going, reach for your goals, reach for your dreams, follow the guide. It's all in there, and you'll be good.
Rebecca, do you want to say something before we finish?
Oh, I thought it was great. Thanks so much for sharing your story, and yeah, best of luck on that journey. I'm glad to hear that you're dealing with all your health problems and accomplishing, good energy with all the autoimmune issues. So thanks again.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Much. So for those who are watching the presentation, online, when I'm going to upload this to YouTube, feel free to reach out to the person who invited you and the person who shared this link with you, because they will be able to provide more information to you. So thank you so much, Claudia, once again for your time tonight, for sharing your wisdom with us. You are one of the people that I look up to.
Oh, thank you. Thank you all. Everybody have a good night, and thanks again for inviting me, and hopefully we'll get to see each other soon again.
Yes.
Thank you, Claudia.
Bye-bye.